What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Arnold Teliga Arda.
And I'm Mr. No Days Off, WWE veteran, Fred Rosser. And what a freaking morning.
What a morning, man. For all of you that's watching right now, you guys can see that Fred has a towel wrapped around his neck. That's because, well, why don't you explain that to them, man?
The Power Hour met Brave Change.
Met the Celtic Warrior.
My boy, my homie, I couldn't stand that son of a bitch.
That Great
White. I couldn't stand him in 2009. Couldn't stand him. Because him and I had the same kind of hair, the spiky hair.
That's right, yes.
And anytime him and I would talk, again, back in 2009, when you talk to people, you make eye contact. Shamo would always be looking at my hair, like when are you going to cut that fella?
You know what it is? I think it's because your hair was a threat to his spikes. Yours was a little bit longer, to be fair.
In any rate, I could not stand him.
Then
fast forward throughout our career, it was him and Titus I would only travel with on the road. If I didn't travel with any of them, I traveled by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you probably prefer that anyways.
I prefer being alone. I'm the only child growing up, so I know what it's like being alone. I'm okay with being alone.
Yeah.
But when I'm traveling, it's either Titus or Sheamus I would drive with. And because Sheamus and I are alike in some ways, and you got to experience that, you know?
Yeah, that was surprising, man. So Fred just got done filming a video for Sheamus's workout channel called the Celtic Warrior Workout, also known as his Brave Change series, where he trains with other athletes, performers, WWE superstars, and he compromises his own workout and he caters to his guests' workout. Whatever they're into, that's what Sheamus will do. There's times where he'll go out of his comfort zone to do things like CrossFit, things like he's never done before. And he did that with Fred, and he got to experience the Power Hour that Fred does every single morning. And man, it's so interesting for a fan, because I was recording the episode for them. It's so interesting to see.
And thank you for that.
Of course, man. Two big guys like Fred and Sheamus suffering through a workout. I mean, that's how harsh his Power Hour is.
What do you mean suffering?
Not so much you, because it's your workout, so you're more under control. But
I did suffer though.
But Sheamus was like, it's so cool to see someone still having a good workout, and it's still a challenge for them, even though they're like strong and ripped, But it's really cool to see that. It makes me feel like we're all human, But man, you put them through the ringer, man.
Yeah, I'm all about functional training. We did very simple exercises, but I didn't give away all my secrets. I ain't gonna do that because I gotta get compensated for that, baby. So we did simple exercises, but we added bands.
Yeah.
We added resistance. When you take away that resistance, you can shoot to the moon, I feel. So we incorporated banded stiff legs. So we incorporated banded gobbler squats, Brazilian butt lifts, like certain exercises that work for me. And there's a saying, what works for me might not work for you, but really what works for me definitely will work for you. And I put them through the ringer. You said probably the toughest, because you've watched a lot of the episodes, you said probably one of the toughest workouts for Shamo that you've seen him in was with probably Daniel Bryan. And second would be me. But why Daniel Bryan?
Because Daniel, obviously you guys know, has a different body than Sheamus does. He's a little bit smaller. I guess he's a little bit more limber, as you can say. And at that time, Sheamus has always been in shape, but he was he had more mass to him before. And some of Daniel Bryan's like stretches and moves, it's not something that you can adjust to right away. And of course, like, he's introducing this to Sheamus for the first time in front of the camera. So like, there's certain things, like even moves that I saw, like I've never seen before. And like, oh, that's new. So he made Sheamus do this little like exercise drill where he kind of just almost like skips through the across the room, but it's more of a like jolt, like as he lifts up his leg. And Daniel Bryan did it, and Sheamus did it afterwards. But of course, Sheamus being his first time doing that, it looked a little funny, and Daniel was kind of like, like he was super nice about it, super respectful, but he was just kind of like giggling about it, and it's Sheamus's first time, and Sheamus had a good laugh about it, saying like, well, at least he got some good entertainment out of it.
Listen, with my workouts, I ain't trying to break you, I'm trying to make you. So that's why I look the way I look. Why hide hard work?
Yeah.
So I used a lot of analogies in the filming, which the episode will be up within a week or so.
Yes.
And I'm really grateful and thankful for Sheamus giving me the spotlight to share what I love about working out. And I always say the rehab process when you get injured is so intriguing, because when you get hurt, no one wants to get hurt, but that comes with the business, that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But the rehab is just so intriguing to me, because you go from a vulnerable state where you can't move your leg or you can't move your arm, you can't move a certain limb because it's just done.
Yeah.
And then you go from the rehab process 2, 4, 6, 8 months, however long it takes to get well. And you want to be 100%, more than 100%. And I always say that 3 sets of 10 aren't going to cut it. You have to go above and beyond.
Wow.
4 sets of 20, 4 sets of 25.
Wow.
When it's all said and done, I had the Tommy John surgery.
Right.
We don't want none of this. We want full range of motion. And I
Sure.
explained that on
The episode.
on the episode with Shamo, and I really stress ankle. I stress hip.
Yeah, I saw that in
strength
today's
and
workout.
Stability. I emphasize using the bands to help correct the way we move.
Right.
And I had a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun, and it's just a start for me, because with me gonna be certified, my goal by my birthday, November 2nd, it's a personal goal of mine. So I want to be able to take a lot of what I showed on Shamo's YouTube show, and be able to implement it into mine.
Right. And it was such a treat for me to be there, because you hit me up a couple of days ago saying, hey, listen, Sheamus is in town. He asked me to be part of his workout series. Do you want to come by? I'm like, yes, automatically. Whatever it is that you need me to do, filming, just being there, being a cheerleader, like I'm there for it. Because as a fan, man, getting to see your heroes work out, and later on, Sheamus actually treated us for breakfast, like just having that one-on-one time. I would never assume in a million years that I would sit across the table from Sheamus having breakfast with him. And that is crazy.
Yeah, you had breakfast. I missed out on that shit.
Oh, that's right.
We just got done eating. And I felt so nauseous because I can't work out and eat right after, because I don't eat till 4 p.m. baby.
Yeah, you're doing that. Oh, I'm doing that intermittent fasting too, but
it's
early time frame. Come on, man. Who doesn't want to be like you?
My ass. You ate more than Sheamus.
But I'm gonna stop eating at 5. See, you're gonna start eating at 4. There you go.
I couldn't eat, bro. I would have threw up all over that table.
I know, man.
I would have threw up all over at Nats. But thanks to the factory in Sherman Oaks for opening up their facility for us to film there.
Yes.
So there were no distractions. I made sure I clean up my weights, because that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Clean up your shit, how you leave the weights is how you leave your place, you nasty son of a bitch.
Right.
You clean your shit up.
Gym etiquette, man.
Gym etiquette. So they were nice enough to open their doors for us, and we can film there anytime as long as we put them over, and that's what it's all about. Cross promotion is so important.
Yeah, and Sheamus is such a stand-up guy. Obviously this is the first time that I met him. I've followed his career since his WWE, like ECW back in the days, when he was having amazing matches with Goldust. Goldust made him look like a monster in those matches.
Yeah, you mentioned ECW. I'm not sure if he liked those days or not, but I mean, it was an opportunity. But that's where you first.
That's when he debuted in WWE. ECW.
That's where he debuted.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. I thought it was. I had no idea. I thought it was the main roster.
He became a monster in ECW for a little bit, because Goldust kept on working with him and just made him look like a powerful machine, and that boosted him into Raw, which later he became, in a short period of time, the WWE champion. Man, Sheamus was he still is, but man, when he the fans first laid eyes on him, he looked like the real deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of the rare Irish WWE superstars in main event status. We got Fit Finlay, you know what I mean? Hornswoggle.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
got Sheamus.
And Hornswoggle.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he might be the first Irish champion, right?
He could be. I mean, you're the professor, so
Yeah.
you better do your homework.
Yeah, man. He killed it. He's one of the rare wrestlers that I feel has fulfilled almost every accomplishments in the WWE, not just championship wise, but things like King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble winner. I mean, back in the day, like when we were watching wrestling in 95, 94, there were only 4 pay-per-views.
Yep.
And it was such an honor to be a Royal Rumble winner or a King of the Ring. You know, that's they used to put that on a pedestal up there with like being the Intercontinental Champion or being the WWE Champion. You know, Owen Hart was bragging about his 2 Slammies and being the King of the Ring, and they made it such a big deal. And I think when Sheamus became a King of the Ring, that kind of brought that level of what do you call it? Like level of excellence back to that title, because. You know, when Triple H won the King of the Ring, he didn't want to wear the crown. He kept on like smashing it over Mankind. But Sheamus actually had the whole Celtic King outfit. His crown was catered to his style, you know, being Irish and everything. He had a whole gimmick, just like how King Booker made it his own.
Yes. Out of all the kings, I always enjoyed King Booker.
King Booker.
Him and his wife, Sharmell, he believed it. You know? It's just like... When you watch Booker on TV, you're like, oh, this son of a, you know, you just want him to get his ass beat. I am King Booker.
And he had that soul patch.
Yeah.
It was great.
Like,
it was
what the hell? I loved it.
He has so much fun with that, you know. Like he would talk about that time of him being the King of the Ring, just how much fun he had with that role, and it showed.
It's funny. Speaking of Booker T, the locker room, the backstage locker room joke with the 3 of us, Titus, me, and Booker. Booker would always ask Titus because Titus and Batista are really good friends. And I think backstage years ago, Batista and Booker T got into like a backstage fight.
It was over like a SummerSlam commercial, like the barbecue. Oh my gosh,
So Booker to Titus is like, so how your boy Batista doing? That's your boy, right? That's your boy, huh? How your boy Batista doing? So like I would always crack up about that. So I'm like to Titus, so how your boy? How your boy Batista doing? That's your boy, right? He got you in FCW, right? That's your boy, right? I'm his damn boy. Damn it. I worked in the ring with Titus when no one else wanted to. We just talked about that, damn it.
It's cool that they squashed that beef really quickly though, because they work with each other shortly after that, you know. But the
one thing I've heard Booker say backstage is do not call him the B word.
B word. I'm trying to think what the B word would be.
BITCH.
Oh.
Do not, if you call him that, he doesn't care who you are. He will fight you.
Is that what Batista did?
I don't know what happened. No, I don't know if Batista called him that, but that's just his pet peeve. Like
I can't imagine anyone calling Booker T the B word.
But you could be like, man, you a little bitch, you know?
Yeah.
But like, do not call him that because he will fight you.
No issues here,
That's what, and I'm not lying about that. That's what came out his mouth. Do not call him that in the ring or nothing.
The Harlem Heat will come out.
The Harlem Heat will come out. Do not call him the B word.
Yeah. So. And not to get too off track, but man, Booker T is like killing it right now with his reality of wrestling, his podcast. Man, he's got so many different things that he's dipping his toes in.
And he's got a great mind for the business. Again, I've always mentioned it. Wrestling, it's all ice cream, just different flavors, and I love his take on stuff. He's like, if I'm gonna have someone in a side headlock, I'm gonna make it look cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it look cool, but I'm gonna show my face. I'm gonna show I'm in control. You know, so it's just like he's a showmanship guy. So he knows how to like. He says like sometimes you got to get off track to get back on track.
Yeah,
you know?
And he made like the drop kick from the top rope look really cool. That was his finisher in WCW.
That
and the bookend.
Yeah, the Harlem Hangover was vicious. Do you remember the Harlem Hangover?
Yeah.
That's a hit or miss. You're flipping in midair and you got to land in the leg drop position.
Yeah.
I think he might have landed on people's heads a few times.
I'm sure.
It's just like, what the hell? But I've always enjoyed Booker in WCW.
Do you remember when he had his storyline with The Rock and The Rock was kind of poking fun at him? Like, oh, what are you going to do? You got the Rock's got the rock bottom. The Rock's got the people's elbow. You got the You got the macaroni. You got
Yes.
the tater tots kick, like teeter totter kick.
Booker and Stone Cold and supermarket.
Yes, the grocery store fight,
If you're gonna do something like that, you got to go big with it. And
Go
Booker,
all the way.
and then went big.
Yes.
So again, we don't want to get off track.
Yeah, and also bringing it back to Sheamus, we with the segment with Booker T and Austin had in the grocery store. I love the whole storyline that Sheamus had with Cesaro, right? It all started with Mick Foley making a tournament out of those two, like best out of 7 or something, and it was I forgot, was it Sheamus? Yeah, Sheamus got the first 3 wins or something, and Cesaro came back and it was even, and then we all know that Foley saw something in them as a tag team, put them together. And no, at first everyone just crapped all over it.
Yes.
Like, really, another team with 2 individual wrestlers that they just like shoved together because they don't have enough tag teams. But I felt like with Sheamus and Cesaro, it really worked because they really played what it really was, true to the story, because they didn't want to be a tag team. It really showed. Cesaro was the fan favorite, and I just love their stick of them being outside. I mean, being in the ring, and Cesaro would pose and he'll get a lot of cheers, and then Sheamus would pose and he'd get booed, and like they'll just Sheamus would get annoyed about that. Like, come on, like my turn, and then he gets booed, and it all had a nice conclusion because they had like this nice bar scene where they had a fight. And they were like bickering with each other. Do you remember this scene?
Yes.
They were bickering with each other, but then they ran into a couple like loudmouths at the bar, and they ended up tearing the bar apart and working together as a team. And again, like the name fits them so well because yes, they're not the bar, they are the bar. But the fact that they became a true tag team inside of the bar, like it's just double meanings all around.
And we got a money shot of me and Shamo doing the bar. You were in the middle.
Yeah.
So you just
that was
posted
awesome.
that. So I got to make sure I repost that.
Yeah.
It's rare that I repost that, but I got to repost that.
Yeah.
But Sheamus said, and we're going to take him on his word, right? He said that he can be a guest on our podcast.
Yeah.
Either call in or maybe next time, invite him over to the compound.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a lot of
Because it's
fun,
rare.
man.
It's rare. Shh. Shh. We got time. It's rare that people come to the compound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah. What were your favorite what would I say? Very moments that you had with Sheamus backstage that you can recall that the general fans don't really know about?
Well, what he didn't know about, and it'll be on his YouTube. One time we were in the trainers. And he farted in Titus's face. Titus was being stretched by one of our athletic trainers. I call him Peaches.
Yeah.
And he farted on purpose in Titus's face. Titus was so mad. If Titus would have got up and hurt Sheamus, and it would have been over for Titus.
Oh my God.
But Titus went to, I think, Mark Carano and was like, hey, man, he disrespected me. And I told,
that's the total disrespect too.
Yeah, it's a total disgusted. I would have flipped out.
God.
So I told this to Sheamus in the start of the episode.
Yeah.
And like he was shocked about it. I said, Sheamus, this was so long ago. This is like 2013.
Yeah.
This was so long ago before we really had an awesome relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, Titus was pissed. But Sheamus was a guy that he probably ruffled some feathers, But again, you find out who your true friends are after you're done with WWE.
Yes.
WWE is the revolving door. Everyone comes back. But when you're gone, you really see who's in your corner, Sasha Banks, Titus, Makazi, the seamstress, who eventually will get on Pro Wrestling. You realize who's still in your corner.
Right.
And Sheamus is one of them. Like I said, I couldn't stand him in 2009.
Yeah.
2019, he's my heart and soul.
Yeah,
and I'm never afraid to tell a friend that I love him, and I love Sheamus.
Yes. You did throw him off his game when you told him that story, though. Because
Yeah,
I know he forgot about it, and he was still he was on.
Well, I don't think he even knew. He didn't even know that
Titus did that.
Yeah, he didn't even know. So I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but it did happen.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But I told him that we're going to make this episode exciting.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, what do you want to talk about, fellas? So I gave him, I copy and pasted pasted what I had in my notebook, and I let him. I sent it to him. This is what we can talk about.
Yes.
But I said, let's just speak from the heart.
Yeah.
Man. I've got my stories. I got my workouts, and don't forget, this episode is about me. It's not about you, Shamo.
Yeah.
This episode is about me.
That's
so
true.
Thank you for putting the spotlight on me. But yeah, we're gonna get through this, and I thought it was fun, man. I had a blast, and I couldn't be any happier with the episode, and your help.
It was a killer workout, man. And talking about Sheamus's career, one of the things that I'll always remember about Sheamus's career is the timing. Right when Sheamus came in, it was Shawn Michaels' exit. And right in the storyline with Triple H and Sheamus, his first WrestleMania is the time that Shawn Michaels announced his retirement speech. And, I remember Sheamus said in a promo, it's a good thing that Shawn retired, because he would have, got it from me or all that. But, man, Sheamus was such an unbelievable character. He was getting such a strong push in the beginning of his career, first WrestleMania match with Triple H. And I remember seeing, I think it was, an Instagram pic that he posted on his channel, but he displayed all his championships in his house. And I remember looking at it, I'm like, man, he has 3 different versions of the world championship from WWE. He has this John Cena spinner that I really hate. I strongly hate. He has that. He has the world championship, which is technically not WWE championship, but he has that. And also his last run as WWE champion with the what is it called? The League of Nations, right? And man, having 3 different versions of the World Championship, and then the United States and the tag and all that, it's crazy.
I'm still waiting for my tag title.
I know, man. You need to get on that. Well, you do have your Block the Hate championship that you carry around with you, but man, if
it was
Titus has it,
beautiful gift from Headquarters Clothing, but I would have enjoyed a beautiful gift from WWE.
Well, if they don't give it to you by Christmas this year,
you'll get it for me, right?
I was gonna say you need to get it off of Amazon, just like everyone else.
Pay for it?
Yeah,
I should have paid for it. Wait, does the Amazon still have that deal now? Don't they still have the 50% off deal or whatever the hell?
I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of
why
sale.
do I need to buy it, man? I beat my damn body up for so many years, 16 plus years.
Yeah.
Why do I need to buy a damn championship title? I think I earned it. Everyone else has a damn title.
You listen WWE, this man needs his championship ASAP. ASAP. But it'll be fun. Hopefully, when we get Sheamus on the podcast, we'll definitely talk more about him and his career.
Yeah, but we should have him over someday, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be amazing. when he's not busy, he's a busy man. What are you thinking about?
I'm just thinking about it now when Sheamus. Let me get it out.
Yeah, take it out. Get the giggles out.
Again, it's either Titus or Sheamus that I would drive with. And sometimes Sheamus would drive, and I'd be like, Sheamus, what are you, sick? Because he'd be like, and he'd be driving, and he'd be
oh my
all
God.
over the steering wheel, and he'd be like, oh. And he'd wet the steering wheel, and he'd be driving, and I'd be in the passenger seat. I'm just like, damn it. So eventually I'd sanitize.
Sure.
If it was my turn to drive, and everyone loved. Anytime people would drive with me, people love driving with me because I rock them to sleep, And I love driving. I love being in control. But that's just something that irked me about Shamo. Again, I'm not picking on you, Shamo. Okay, it's just he's gonna think that we're picking on him.
Well, brothers pick on each other.
Yeah.
We only roast people we like.
Yeah, exactly. But Shamo, it's just to be. And there's no tissue around, so
damn.
He's
oh my God,
sorry, fella. And then I think a few times he did that with Titus, and Titus was in the passenger seat, and then Titus said something, and then Sheamus was like this.
Oh damn it!
And Titus was like, "Man, get your damn hands off of me!" Titus was pissed. I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'm sitting in the back seat, oh my God! But Sheamus.
Oh my God!
But again. I love you, Shamo.
Yeah, and it'll be so amazing to have him on the podcast in the near future. But yeah, man, let's talk some wrestling stuff.
Yeah, man, you're the professor. So I've been watching it. I've been seeing what's going on in wrestling in general. So come at me. What's going on? Give me the 411, professor.
What are your thoughts on Extreme Rules? Everyone enjoyed that pay-per-view till the end of the match. Like, everyone said that it was the greatest WWE. Not everyone, I should say everyone. A lot of people said that it was one of the greatest 2019 WWE pay-per-views until the end.
Well, the end, was it the tag match or?
Yeah, it was the tag match between Baron Corbin and...
I'm sorry, I was thinking about Taker and Roman teaming up, but...
You know, that was actually the first match. Is that
crazy? That was the first match.
Yeah.
And I heard that. I was like, man, that's a good way to start it off.
You know what? You know what I think it is? I think maybe Taker was like, man, I need to redeem myself as soon as possible after the Goldberg match. So please put me first in the card. Yeah. So like, I'm kidding. I'm sure that's not like Taker's process, mentality.
But I'm saying, yeah,
man.
I'm agreeing with you.
Like, I think he just wants to like desperately redeem himself after the Goldberg match because, man, he couldn't even hide that disappointment. Right after the count of 3, he just let it all out. He had that look, and it was, as a fan, it was heartbreaking to see. You know, I'm not here to poke fun at the match or anything like that because at the end of the day, these are two guys that laid everything out on the line, you know, despite their age. You know, they did their best, and sometimes, well, you know more than anyone that mistakes happen in the ring, and Goldberg knocked himself out. And Goldberg, please stop hitting yourself in the head before the match starts, man. It doesn't help.
Yeah, he has a routine. Like he has a routine. I remember one time in backstage, Goldberg was doing his entrance, and the wrestlers were like on each side, and he's doing his entrance or whatever, and me and Bob Backlund were standing right there, and Bob Backlund jumped out in front of him and said something like, "Go get him, kid!" And Goldberg didn't even flinch.
Yeah, wow.
He didn't even
was
flinch.
In the zone.
I think anyone else would have been like that. He didn't even flinch. And you know, Bob is like, you know, unpredictable.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to do it, but he's unpredictable. And like, Goldberg is just tunnel vision. I'm just like, if I was coaching, I'd be like, breathe, slow down.
Sure.
The bell rings. You don't even need to move. You just Undertaker and Goldberg. You guys are staying there for
the match is made.
Staying there for 5 minutes. You know,
like stare down.
Yeah, don't jump the gun. But yeah, there are some hiccups. Hey.
Do you remember when Goldberg had his run against Brock Lesnar? His recent one at WrestleMania. When he knocked himself out, like he hit himself on the door to psych himself out before his segment on Raw. And when he came on Raw, he was just talking, but he was bleeding. But he got a concussion that he forgot his lines. And it was miserably bad. Like he did a do-over on live TV. At one point, he's like, "Let me try this again." Oh my! On Raw,
I don't remember that.
You know what's funny? I tried looking for that footage. I can't find it. WWE probably just scrapped that. But like he literally said, he stumbled on his words, and he's like, "Let's try this again." And like I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like I feel so
calm down. This
bad for you.
This is entertainment. I mean, yeah, we have our own ways of getting psyched up. But, Calm down, breathe. Is that how you are in the bedroom? Like, what the hell? Like, are you like, boom, honey, just take the wheel.
This is my one move, and the rest is your show.
What the hell's going on? It's entertainment, live combat theater, but woo.
Yeah, but you know, Taker again, like he was in such great shape with the match at Extreme Rules.
Why does he wear that? Like, why is he covering himself up?
He doesn't need to because he got in a better shape. But maybe he just wanted to change his look. Because remember, back in the '98, the corporate ministry, he kind of had that same singlet on the top.
Take that shit off. Just wear the pleather pants.
It kind of made him look buffer though. I don't know. At least to me, it kind of like highlighted his like shoulders.
Well, yeah, it does. It can do that for you. So that's probably why he did it.
And maybe he just wanted to spice it up, you know? Like he wanted to change it up.
Take that shit off. Roman has that.
Oh, I mean, if you want to be technical about it, he has the pad.
But still,
that's true. It has the same look. It has the same look. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Please stop arguing.
Damn. But you know that match, Undertaker did really well. He was happy with it. And did you happen to catch a glimpse of what happened at the end of the match? That little special moment they had.
Oh, when Undertaker said, "This is your yard now."
That was really cool.
Beautiful.
Right? That was nice.
And probably came from the heart. When you're out there, the cameras are gonna get anything and everything you're doing.
Oh, tell me about it. I've seen Shawn Michaels in a headlock talking.
Yeah,
I recently saw like a match with the British Bulldog at SummerSlam when they had that storyline of Shawn hitting on the Bulldog's wife and everything, and they're filing a lawsuit. And then one of the matches, like in the middle of the match, I don't know, Shawn. Like I don't know if you're aware of this, but like man, you know cameras are on you. He's in a headlock and he's like,
yeah. You know, if I'm doing something like that, I'm gonna cover I'm gonna cover my mouth. I'm gonna be moving or speak like a ventriloquist. Or if you have me in a headlock, I'm gonna cover your mouth so you can talk to me.
I'm sure. Like I'm surprised Vince hasn't talked to him about that because it looks really bad on television.
So Shawn can be like, so Shawn can be on live TV and be like, "Don't tell me how to wrestle."
Has he done that?
I don't know if he's ever done anything like that, but he probably could. You know, he's a hothead.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Let's not forget him and Vader.
Oh, of course.
And also, don't forget me too.
That's right.
Me too. When I was a security guard and like we were rehearsing, and I was supposed to get him off an angle, I waist locked him in rehearsal, and they told me to hold on to him.
Yeah.
And producer said to hold on to him, and Shawn, when we did it, Shawn was like, "You're supposed to let go."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh." And then that's when the producer said, "Oh, sorry, Shawn. We told him to hold on to you."
Yeah.
So like, you know, that's my hero. So it broke my heart at the time. So yeah, he yelled at me too.
Yeah.
But he apologized. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then,
but still, man,
I've been on that brunt.
Do you also remember another incident where he lost his cool again on live television? And this was pretty recent because...
But Kennedy?
No, I don't know about that one. But this was during the DX
Well, we did
segment.
talk about that, him and Kennedy, when Kennedy was covering up.
But he didn't do that on live TV. Kennedy told that story that backstage. Shawn like complained like, we're not working.
No, but we did watch it. Didn't we watch something where we thought that there could have been some kind of hiccup?
Oh, yes, we did see that, yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No. Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, like there's it was leading up to the Royal Rumble, and Triple H was about to announce that Shawn, I got a problem with you winning the Royal Rumble to face the Taker, and the big the segment was John Cena was supposed to interrupt him and come out before Triple H made the announcement, but John Cena's music never hit, so Triple H kept on stalling, and Shawn again broke, like, you know, full on shoot, was going to the camera like, come on, like, you know, and like Triple H was about to talk again, and like Shawn was like even like hold on, like, and then John Cena's music came out and Shawn did the, you know, and like it's just so again. I'm sorry, Shawn. Like I love you. You're my favorite wrestler. It's just so funny that years and years, it's still like the old Shawn is still in there once in a while.
I love it.
Yeah. Me too, man. Me too. Another match that stood out for me was AJ Styles and the whole Ricochet thing, right? And I just feel like. So AJ won the championship, the U.S. championship, and I have no problem with AJ being the U.S. championship and a U.S. champion, and I think he should have it because it solidifies his new reunion with the Good Brothers as the club. It makes him feel powerful, makes him look powerful. But to me, just nitpicking, I just don't like Ricochet's run as the U.S. champion.
Oh, it was short too.
Short, and he didn't really look strong. He won the U.S. championship. The following, his next match was against AJ Styles, a non-title match, and then he lost. It's just weird winning a belt and then wrestling the next day, and it's non-title, but like you lose. It makes you look like a strong champion. And then the following, their next match together, even though Ricochet won, they did this bit where they thought AJ won, but then they reversed the decision again. So it wasn't a strong win, you know. And then he finally loses it. So now, like, the whole time Ricochet was the U.S. champion, there hasn't been a match where he successfully defended it like strong, like clean. But that's my only thing. But I love AJ Styles as U.S. champion, and anytime you put Ricochet and AJ Styles together, they just have an epic match.
Yeah, I don't know if they've had any experience outside of WWE. I'm sure they have.
Maybe, I'm sure.
But Ricochet, how old is he? He's a young guy now.
He's younger than me, man. I think he's 30.
30, and AJ's in his 40s.
Early 40s, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a pretty cool age gap, you know. AJ's been around. He's seen it all, done it all. He's a cruiserweight OG. So to see them go at it, you know, I love it.
Yeah. And there was also another amazing match with Finn and Shin for the IC championship.
Yes.
That was really cool. I'm really glad that they're bringing Shinsuke Nakamura's stock back up.
Well, he's single now, right? Him and Rusev aren't teaming together anymore.
Rusev has been MIA.
MIA. So Shinsuke, they're trying to build him up, you said?
Yeah. And his second Intercontinental Championship, because his first one was with New Japan. He's IWGP IC champion.
Yes.
And now this is his first IC championship in the WWE.
Yes.
Which is cool.
So, and the reason why he's champion is Finn taking time off, I'm hearing, or what's going on?
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're not sure what's going on because you heard that he wants to take time off or something, and I've also been hearing rumors that he asked for his release. So I'm not sure, man. But he posted a funny picture on Instagram. It was like a picture of the Intercontinental Championship, and it's like the emoji, like, bye.
Oh, goodness. I remember hearing about him posting it. He posted a picture of himself in the LGBTQ Finn shirt in Saudi.
Oh, okay.
But he took the picture there, but he posted it when he was back in the U.S.
Oh, of course.
So,
Protection, man. Oh, you do not want to... That would have been bad.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But, yeah, if he needs to take time off, take time off. If he's not happy there, you know... at the end of the day, you want to be happy.
Of course.
Happy. My own happiness is more important than anything. That's why I came out publicly.
Yes.
So you have to be happy in this business. And WWE, the schedule is hectic. It's busy. We're a traveling circus, so sometimes it gets a little too much for people.
That's true. That's true.
300 days a year, it can be too much. So.
And that's why a lot of people are enjoying AEW. During the press conference after Fight for the Fallen, they interviewed Dustin Rhodes, and he just talked about how different the atmosphere is backstage because it's all positive.
Yeah, tell me. I didn't.
Oh, okay. So, you know, he was talking to the press, and he was saying that the locker room backstage is just so different, and actually brought my passion back. Like when I was in the other company, he keeps on saying other company, like I've lost my passion. Just felt hurt.
I saw it firsthand.
Yeah, you're close with him. You know, he just said, like, I feel like I still have so much to give to this business, and not being able to have the opportunity to go out there and do what I do best, it hurts, and you just get like you feel defeated, you know, and you just feel cheated. Like he doesn't want to like sit around in the locker room backstage doing nothing when he knows that he's valuable. And he's saying when not just his performance in AEW, but just being around the wrestlers in AEW, he fell in love back. He got his passion back because you have wrestlers that's happy to be there, and I'm sure maybe they're asking him questions. You know, the energy is just so uplifting. He put over Sonny Kiss,
right?
He did.
He put over Sonny Kiss.
He did. Someone asked him about Sonny Kiss, and he said that Sonny Kiss was really nervous when he first talked to him, and Dustin was kind of like, "Hey, relax. Like you're nervous because you care. That's a great thing. You care. That's why you're passionate. You're nervous." So, you know...
Sonny Kiss, you were lucky. You were very lucky. You're in the presence of Goldie. I always put him over all the time. So you're very lucky. Take advantage of him. Yeah.
And he, again, Dustin, put Sonny Kiss over. And, you know, he referred back to his days when he had the same type of, flamboyant character that Sonny Kiss had. Sonny Kiss still has. But what else? He just talked about... in the previous company, there's no wrestlers are complaining, but this time around it's all love and just so excited for things. And yeah, man.
You also talked about Brandy, because I didn't see.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see the after. This was after, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you like about that they do press conference afterwards.
Yes, because it makes it feel like a legitimate sport.
And you know what? Like, speaking after a match, you feel more hyped. You feel more energized.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot to say. You know. And same thing with Brandy. Like, after she's done with her match, she's happy. She's on cloud nine.
Yeah.
So she expressed the way she felt, and she is 100,000. She's an infinity, 1,000% right as to what she said. What you told me she said.
Oh yeah. So sometimes during these press conference after AEW events, it's half shoot, half kayfabe, and they try to the line is just so. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes.
And I love it.
It's great. It's great, and that's how wrestling should be, and that's how wrestling was. And there's certain questions like press conference with Cody and Dustin. There's certain questions where the answers are shoot answers, and there's some where they have to be on character and stick to the storyline. But Brandy almost went full on character.
Tell me.
They would ask certain things with like, Brandy, this is your first match at AEW. How do you feel? And she's like, well, I won, didn't I? That says something. I won. A lot of people have told me that I couldn't wrestle based on my matches from years ago, but I prove them wrong. Like, I won. That's all you need to know. And she
lost weight, right?
Yeah, she went full on heel with the press because everyone, even Jericho, when Jericho was full on shoot. He was like a nice guy in the press conference talking to the little kid AJ who had the mic and everything. But Brandy was kind of like shitting on the journalists. Like, she was saying like, well, I prepared for this match and I lost 10 pounds. None of you mentioned anything about that. And and then I think one guy was like, hey, congratulations on your win. And she's like, finally, you're the first one to congratulate me.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
And she stuck to her character, saying, I don't even like saying character, but she's you know what I mean. She stuck to her whole story, saying, well, I had Kong there for insurance. I mean, that's not to say that I don't need her or anything, but you have life insurance, don't you?
Yes.
You have life insurance.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. Like, I could have done it on my own, but it's just there's no rules in the rule book that says that I can't have my friend on ringside.
Yes.
And it's all like real, like human answers, but still wrestling.
Yes.
Which is amazing. I love it so much, man. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait till TNT.
Yeah, and that's going to be when?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But they're thinking like it might be either on Tuesdays or Thursdays.
And that's why?
Because
look, I'm just feeding you.
No, because yeah. Because Tony Khan, man, he owns the Jaguars, like the NFL, so he doesn't want to compete with his other business. Mm-hmm. So NFL on Mondays, and then he can focus on AEW and give it his full attention, whether it's on Tuesday or Thursdays.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also in the press conference when Tony Khan was talking, someone asked him about the XFL. And he was pretty quick to cut it off. He's like, oh, I can't comment. I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to comment on that.
Yeah,
but it's.
I mean, he's not a part of it.
Yeah,
I guess he's not. So that's not his bread and butter. His bread and butter is the Jaguars and AEW.
Mm-hmm. And I just love the title of AEW's pay-per-view, Fight for the Fallen. Such a cool title.
Yeah, I think probably the end of August is when their next pay-per-view is in Chicago.
All Out.
Right? All Out. And I'll probably be in attendance because I'm in talks with maybe doing a panel discussion at StarCast.
Yeah, that's huge.
As we speak, I mean, it'll give me a reason to be out there to see the product, to see old friends.
Absolutely.
And to share my stories and do whatever else. Because I asked, not only can I be a part of StarCast's panel discussion, but is there anything else going on out there that I could be a part of? So I'm working on that as we speak. So I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you'd be able to come out there if you're around the end of August. I know you're making moves, Arnold. You never know what's going on with you, but I definitely am working on going out there, and I can't wait to see.
Listen, StarCast is the scene to be in, man. Those are like the diehard wrestling fans that go there. All these like podcasts having panels. And you got guys like Sting
Sting, yeah.
signing, having his own booth at StarCast. Undertaker and Kurt Angle were supposed to go until WWE told them they couldn't. You know, but like it's people who loves wrestling.
But see, we're all over the place. I'm sorry, but you were talking about Sting.
Yeah.
So is Sting? You're thinking Sting and Taker and Saudi?
Possibly, yeah. Because I told you this. They're teasing that a lot on WWE's Instagram account, and also they had this little video, whether it's on the WWE network or a YouTube channel, but they had the series called like What If or something like that, and they interviewed wrestlers like, oh, what do you think would happen if it's Sting against Undertaker? Bruce Pritchard commented on it, Zack Ryder commented on it, and after you have all these superstars giving their opinions about how the match would go, the last person to give their opinion is Sting, and he has full makeup, he's wearing a suit with a scorpion, so it kind of like fits his gimmick, and he dyed his hair jet black. So that's when I'm like, okay, you're getting ready for something, because if you're not doing anything, you would just be happy as being Steve Borden. Like, you know, you don't have to dye your hair and all that, but he dyed his hair jet black, and it's like, all right, you're gonna be on TV for something. That's why you're doing this.
Well, is he physically ready? Is he physically cleared if he were to?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because what was the major injury? His neck?
Yeah, because Seth Rollins threw that power bomb on the turnbuckle, and
I remember watching it. And everything went numb, right?
Yeah,
His
like
legs went
where
numb.
is that part? Is that the neck or like?
I ain't no damn doctor, and get your damn hands off of me.
Okay, personal trainer.
Yeah, I know damn.
You're supposed to know which muscle part that is. The top of your spine. Can we say that? Oh man,
you getting too technical with me, man. You get too technical with me.
But yeah, like that's the reason why he was out of action. That's why he retired. But I don't know. Maybe he's rehabbing.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously he needed to retire.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Michael Jordan can't play basketball forever.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna do that match, got to do it now, man.
I know.
Gotta do it
Time
now.
is ticking.
Time is ticking. So I would definitely do it now. And again, two guys that don't even need to touch for 10 minutes. This match could be very long because you've got a slow Undertaker entrance, a slow Sting entrance. That's taking about 15 minutes right there.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
And then you get them in the ring. They can tell a beautiful story. Taker can do his old school stuff. Sting can do his Stinger splash.
Yes, I love the Stinger splash.
They can both move in there and work together. You know, work together. Like sit down and orchestrate a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they do that with Goldberg? Like, I would hope, like, they're orchestrating and putting together the match.
Yeah.
What's Goldberg doing? Pacing back and forth, like, rah!
Right?
Like, just listen. Let's tell that story.
Yeah. Make every move count, every head turn count.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's just having natural instinct too. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Natural instinct. So I'd love to see that in Saudi, man.
I love to see it in Mania.
Oh, Mania, yeah.
Right? That would have been epic.
That's home for us.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
home for
man.
us, but like, it's got to happen now.
I know. Hopefully this Mania is going to happen.
In New Jersey. Wait, no, it's in Tampa.
Is it?
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Your neck of the woods.
Yeah, my neck of the woods. Titus's neck of the woods. Roman Reigns' neck of the woods. A lot of the WWE superstars.
Because of the NXT and everything, right?
NXT and it's just PC, so easy.
Yeah.
It'll be easy this year for traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah. So back to Extreme Rules. The pay-per-view ended with the tag team match of Baron Corbin, Lacey Evans, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins. And
I seen Baron hit Becky with his finisher, huh?
I like that. I like the finish of the match because, you know, it's relatable. Someone puts your hand on your woman, you snap.
Yeah.
And that was believable. And you were rooting for Seth as he was like just hitting Baron, curb stomp after curb stomp. Like I love that finish. But we all know why. Maybe there's mixed emotions with what happened next, right? With Brock Lesnar coming in, cashing in his Money in the Bank, F5 on Seth Rollins, and being a 3-time WWE Universal Champion. And
I think they're just setting it up for Roman, right? Because Roman never lost the championship.
Well, here's the thing,
baby.
though. Here's the thing. Raw happened, and Raw, there was a battle royal to be the opponent for Brock Lesnar's match at SummerSlam. And a lot of people, it was a cross-brand battle royal, even though everything is cross-brand these days. I don't know why they need to label that. Roman Reigns was in it, Big E was in it, Seth Rollins was in it, and I think Rey Mysterio, and like a lot of WWE superstars. But guess who won?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't fucking see.
It's all okay. It's okay. Seth Rollins won.
Oh, he won?
So again, it's Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And a majority of people do not like that because they're tired of the same thing over and over and over and over again. This is almost to the point of like John Cena and Randy Orton. Like we've seen this many times before, and like I think fans just are thirsty for something new, you know, something refreshing. People were wanting Randy to win. Yeah, I wanted Randy to win, or people booed when Big E got out. That would have been fun, like a nice change. Maybe Bobby Lashley would have been dope. You know, that would be good.
I'm still waiting to see Brock and Bobby.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see that.
MMA guys going at it.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins won, and man, I online the comments are just brutal. You know, they're saying like, "Oh, good job WWE. You actually made people get tired of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was the hottest babyface, and you made us get tired of him." And I think one of the big reasons why certain fans feel that way is because they're shoving Becky Lynch and Seth on camera too much. It was cool when it was like behind the scenes, like, oh, they're dating, and they could have
just started. It
I
hasn't
know,
been going on that long.
The time frame.
You're tired of it that quick?
The time frame, it's not the problem, but it's just like how many amounts of exposure in that time frame they're given. It's really cool to find out wrestlers are dating, like Jimmy and Naomi. It's cool, like they don't highlight them too much on screen that they're a couple. They have their own thing going on career wise. So when they are together, it's like, oh, cool, because they're a real life couple. Cool. But man, WWE is trying to brand them like so much together, like Instagram pictures of them matching gear, and like
I like it.
I mean, it's cool. I like it if it doesn't happen too much.
Yeah.
And I personally feel that they overdo it.
Yeah, I think because we haven't seen it in a long time, we haven't seen it. I feel like I'm going back to like the 80s. Like Dusty Rhodes had like Sweet Sapphire. I don't know if they were dating.
I think that was just like Entourage.
Yeah, like Entourage. But I'm trying to see Macho Man and Liz.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of You're right.
But like when they get something good going, they whore it out, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I even like Triple H and Steph when like Steph was behind the cameras, you know, because people knew that they're married, but they never really fully talked about that. So when they would have little segments of Triple H was like, "I'll see you at home," and I mean, you're a gnome, like stuff like that, you know, like people love that because it's a taste of like how. Like, it's cute, you know? It's cute. They're a real couple, but then, again, like, just having segments of them, it's just too much. And I personally, just me, I feel like they kind of overdid it, where it was cool before, you know? But that's just me. But, yeah, SummerSlam, man, it's no doubt that Seth and Brock's going to be a good match.
And this SummerSlam is in Toronto.
Is it?
Toronto.
Okay. And also for the women's championship, Natalya
I see.
and Becky Lynch.
Natty's an OG, let me tell you.
Yeah, she is.
She's been with the company maybe 2006.
You're right.
2006, and now it's 2019. So she's putting some time, and she deserved it because her tireless efforts don't go unnoticed.
True.
She's at all the community service stuff for WWE.
Yeah.
She's always pitching ideas. She shows her frustration, like, you know, backstage. She's passionate about the business.
Yeah.
And she's very loving and hardworking, so it's really cool to see her and Becky go at it.
Yeah, and she deserves this, man. Like, when she won the SmackDown Women's Championship, was it last year or 2 years ago? I was so happy for her because it's been a while since she held a championship. Yeah. Before that was the Divas Championship, and I'm glad she had that run.
And, you know, it's funny, like... the last event my mom went to, WrestleMania, she was invited to like a baseball game, Titus and Strowman.
Yeah.
Natty my mom is in the green room for WrestleMania or whatever.
Yeah.
And Natty comes running over to my mom and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you, Robin. Where's Fred at?" And I forget where I was. I had an appearance at David Buster's.
That's right.
And my mom was like, "Oh yeah, Sonny's doing okay." And then Natty's like, "Oh yeah, I live vicariously through, her stories, my mom's Instagram stories. My mom Instagram, Natty is always following, always like my mom's stuff.
Yeah.
Always like my mom's rated R stuff. So I love Natty. She always shows me so much love. And also TJ too. I love him to death too.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
Him and I sat in Ontario, California recently, catering and chopped it up. Him, me, and Pedram. So definitely someday you'll meet him, Tyson.
Yeah, he's doing great with his workhorse fitness too.
Workhorse fitness.
So smart to brand that, right? After the CM Punk shoot. CM Punk gave him the title as a workhorse because when CM Punk had that like frustration shoot, he was saying like, "I just don't understand why WWE gives TV time to an invisible kid, little Jimmy, where it could be used on a workhorse like Tyson Kidd."
Because they're making money off the shirts,
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's all about the money, baby.
Yeah. But again, TJ ran with that.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to be called a workhorse by CM Punk.
And he is a legit workhorse.
He is, man. I've seen interviews of him saying that he wrestles sometimes like twice a night for these NXT tapings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they film different episodes on the same day, and he has to go out there twice. Man, he busted he sacrificed his body for this, man. The neck injury and everything.
I was joking with Tyson at TV in Ontario recently. Like, we've had a lot of matches together and a lot of classics one-on-one that were never on TV but at a live event. And he always talks about the one match that we had when I came back from my ACL, MCL. We had a match at a live event, and it was probably one of the best matches on the live event.
Yeah.
Because we worked hard and we had time to work. I have a little 15-20 second clip of it.
Yeah.
But I wish I could see that match. Again.
Yeah.
So we've worked a lot and we've always had good chemistry. But there was this one time when we had a little bit of a hiccup, and it was my fault because I had a bit of a brain fart. We were moving, pop, 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 and then I just had a little bit of a glitch.
Yeah.
And
you were thinking of your taxes or something.
Thinking of something. And he said, "Fucking idiot."
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, and I didn't I wasn't like, what the what the hell, man. I was more like, oh man, I fucked up, man. I'm sorry, Tyson.
Yeah.
And then he apologized because that's just how he is. It was just
heat of the moment.
The heat of the moment, but when you call fucking idiot, I'm man, I'm a failure because I want to do good with him.
Yeah.
But he apologized, so I brought that up recently. He thought it was funny. I never want to have a bad match with Tyson. So
do you remember what the spot was by any chance? What was it was it a missed clothesline or something?
Yeah, it was something where he was moving and I wasn't there.
Okay.
It was maybe a duck or something, and I didn't duck, and maybe he could have clipped his head or something happened.
Yeah.
But I felt so bad. But I love Tyson. I love Tyson, but Natty is definitely gonna. And also, wait, what am I saying? I'm thinking that SummerSlam is in Tampa. No, because Tampa's where she's from. So, but I'm glad she's getting the opportunity in Toronto at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
With Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also, since we're talking about recent WWE stuff or wrestling stuff, did you happen to catch the last episode of SmackDown?
No, sir.
I felt like it was a little bit of a clickbait for me.
Clickbait?
Yeah, man. It really was.
Clickbait.
I was so hyped for SmackDown because at first I heard that this is the first SmackDown that Eric Bischoff was in charge. And it started off strong. Not the show itself, but the promotion started off strong because they said, in tonight's SmackDown, Daniel Bryan is going to give an announcement that will alter the state of his career and also whatever on like the state of SmackDown or something. So I'm like, this is what's gonna like make me watch SmackDown. I want to know what his announcement is, because every time Daniel gives an announcement, it's always huge. So the show started and it was already different because Shane McMahon hosted a town hall meeting. He had all the SmackDown roster on the ramp, and they're willing to they can voice out their opinion with the microphone as Shane is in the ring. Roman Reigns was the first to speak. That got a huge pop, which I'm really happy about, that people are starting to like cheer Roman the way they're supposed to. And I think Roman's more himself now. He's more comfortable with who he is, and it really translates to the fans that people are starting to cheer for him, because it was really cool when he stepped up to the mic, everyone popped for him, which is great. And he said the normal babyface stuff like, oh, like you can kiss my ass, all that stuff. And then Charlotte came in, started sucking up to Shane, saying, I think it's so rude that Kevin Owens doesn't respect you. And she got booed and all that. But Kevin Owens came in and straight out of the Austin McMahon book, like stuttered Shane out of nowhere, went back to the crowd, And I like this whole Kevin Owens situation right now with him. I feel like some people can be mad about that, saying like, oh, this is copying too much of Stone Cold. But if anyone's gonna do it, I think Kevin's the guy to do it.
I like KO inside the ring. I like him outside
He's
the
funny.
ring.
He seems so funny.
Like I said, people, of course, hate on his weight. I'm like, can you move like him?
Right.
I can't move like him.
Yeah. Can you do a moonsault?
It is
again?
what it is. So like, I can't do a clean moonsault.
Yeah. It's a funny story.
my moonsault's like Vader. If you watch Big Van Vader, it's
sideways.
Like, it's a little sideways.
Yeah.
A little crooked. It's rare. You got to show me the money, honey, if you want to see me flip.
There's one funny story about Kevin Owens that he said that sometimes in his early days he wrestled with a singlet, but he just felt so uncomfortable. Not like he was ashamed of his weight or anything, but he just didn't feel like him. And he feels more comfortable with just the t-shirt and the fighting shorts. And he made this funny remark like, he's like, I don't wear a t-shirt to hide the fact that I'm fat. I'm pretty sure like everyone knows that I'm fat, so it's not about me being uncomfortable with my body. It's just the fact that I feel like more me when I'm like that. So I think that's really cool. But
like just seeing him eat in catering, like he's a big fan of like the grilled cheese sandwiches, and like he probably doesn't like the catering food, I'm guessing.
He's funny.
I love the catering food. I don't know why people hate on the catering food, but recently in Ontario, California, the catering didn't look so good. I don't know. I don't know, budget cuts or what, but
wow.
I still enjoy it.
They asked Kevin Owens what his diet was,
and
then he's like, oh, like, do you like sweet stuff? He's like, no, surprisingly, like, I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't crave anything sweet. This physique is straight carbs and pasta.
That's grilled cheese. Because I'm always aware. Like, I'm like looking to see like what people are eating or what people are wearing, or looking at people's fingernails.
I'm interested in that stuff too, man. Like with their lifestyle, it's funny.
Seeing what people eat. So I think he's a big fan of the grilled cheese sandwich. Which I don't give a fuck. You eat whatever you want, but like I can't move like him.
Right. I forgot which wrestler it was, but someone was talking about meal prep, and this person was being compared to someone who's super healthy and ripped. And they're like, well, my meal prep is Uncrustables.
Oh, bro, I can go through a whole box in one sitting.
Oh, me too.
This one wrestler, Ezekiel Jackson.
Oh, yeah, I remember
after,
this.
Like, once TV is done, people are going home or going to the next venue.
Yeah.
The next city. He would always, like, he would have armfuls of leftover Uncrustables. And then people were like, what the hell are you going with that? He's like, oh, these for my kids at home. So you mean to tell me you're gonna pack all those things
on the plane
and like take them home to your kids?
Please.
See, he's gonna eat them for himself.
That's for the hotel room later on.
So like the beginning of the Primetime Players, when I think it was Tyson and I maybe a feud maybe with Yoshitatsu and Big Zeke, we me and Titus started this chant. Big Zeke ain't got no cuts. Big Zeke ain't got no cuts.
Damn.
He big, he strong, but he ain't got no cuts. I was doing like the whole like this, like the what was it? Maybe Prince or something. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know where I got this from.
Yeah.
But we were doing that around him, and he's like this, you know.
Pissed.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed.
You see one tear roll down.
Well, yeah. So it was just so funny. We made fun of him, but I love the Uncrustables.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
You know, fun fact about Ezekiel Jackson, he's not counting Cody. He's
the last ECW champion.
No, the last to have the Oval IC championship.
Oh, the Oval? He was the last one?
Yeah, because that's
hated that title.
Who Cody defeated for the championship. And then
Zeke?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that title.
I know, me too, man.
I hated that title. When they brought back the old IC, favorite title.
So happy. That was like the Kurt Hennig, Wildman Mark Merrow days.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's when I first got Mark Merrow was low key kind of like one of my favorites.
Speaking of Mark Merrow, yeah, he's my favorites too. I've been on several signings with him, and he does a lot of motivational speaking.
Yeah.
Still looking to connect with him. Damn, Mark, you're my favorite, man.
He looks like to me, he'll always be Johnny B. Bad, man.
Johnny B. Bad, and he recently just had heart surgery, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What?
I believe he just had some.
He's recovering well?
Yeah, he's recovering well, but he looks great for his age. But he's always upbeat, and we talk about people that make videos and influencers that speak positive, like The Rock and Will Smith, and there's other people that we know that kind of talk down on you.
Sure.
We don't want to. It is what it is, but there are people out there that you see them do Instagram stories. You're like, I'm muting this guy or this girl.
You see through the bullshit.
Yeah, you see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to get off track.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's the IC championship. I was really happy too when Cody switched it, because I remember back in the day when I was I still do, but religiously watches wrestling. I was so into the storyline of Mark Merrow and Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh yeah,
for the Intercontinental Championship, with Sable being included in that storyline. And as far as I can remember, this is the first swerve I got as a fan, right? Like, first heel turn that I ever remembered as a kid. Like, whoa, you guys got me. I did not see that coming. Where Kurt Hennig was Mark Merrow's trainer for the longest time. He was his mentor, and he was like all about hyping Mark, helping Mark being the IC champion, almost like Mark's manager to a certain degree. And he also had his issues with Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Hunter used to come out with ladies, right? It was like, what is it, like ballet or whatever?
Yeah.
And Mr. Perfect would come in and like steal them, and Hunter would get mad. It causes them to lose his match. So they hyped this up to be Mr. Perfect's return on Raw, his wrestling return. And at this point, as an 8-year-old kid, I'd never seen Mr. Perfect wrestle before. I just knew him as the guy in the suit, and I really bought into his gimmick. Like, wow, this guy can't do nothing wrong. And I remember in the back of my mind, if he's Mr. Perfect, back in the wrestling days, he probably has a clean record. He probably never lost, So they hyped him, like, in the beginning of Raw, like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's the first night of Mr. Perfect's return. And he's like pulling up his knee pads, and Hunter attacked them from the back, throwing like something at him and injured his knee. So the match was still supposed to go on, Hunter against Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect came out like limping, and Mark Merrow being his his friend, like, no, like, I'll step in, like, I know you're hurt, I got this, I'll wrestle Hunter for you. And then Hunter's like, no, if you're gonna wrestle me, put the Intercontinental Championship on the line. And Mark Merrow's like, okay, fine, Intercontinental Championship on the line, I'm down, let's do it. And then in the middle of the match, Mr. Perfect grabbed the chair and hit Mark Merrow over the head, causing Helmsley to win the match. And like, he raised Helmsley up, and it was like a scheme all along. They were in cahoots, as Vince liked to say.
Yeah, I think at that point, I don't think Mr. Perfect could physically wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I think, and then...
I think his last match, Mr. Perfect, was like, not his last match, but did you ever see Mr. Perfect and Brock
Yeah.
fight the dark match?
2002 aggression, kind of like around that time when Mr. Perfect came back, right?
Yeah, it was a dark match, so you've seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I knew he wrestled Brock and like they had their issues.
Okay, yeah, we should definitely maybe pull that match up.
It's up somewhere?
It should be. We have to find it.
Wow, that's crazy.
But it was a dark match. It
Whoa.
was like a dark match for Brock Lesnar because it was actually Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, that took Brock under his wing. So he showed him a lot. So Joe Hennig, Mr. Perfect's son, they're very close, Brock and Joe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anytime like Brock maybe was coming back for a match, when he first came back, I think Joe was like working out with him in the ring and stuff like that. So anytime Brock is backstage and Joe's on the show, you always see them backstage together talking.
Joe trains a lot of people, huh? Like he got The Rock back into wrestling shape.
Yeah, like he's one of those go-to guys, and I'm also one. I'm guilty of being one of those go-to guys.
Sure.
I remember when I got signed to FCW in 2009.
Yeah.
It was me, and I don't know if you remember Trent Beretta.
Yes, I do.
Trent
the
Beretta.
guy with the slick back kind of hair.
Yeah, we were the go-to guys.
Yeah.
Like anybody that would come out for tryout matches, whether it was Joey Mercury.
Right.
I had his tryout match, and that's when he came back to WWE after Eminem. Nigel McGuinness. I don't know if you know Nigel McGuinness, but I had a tryout match with him.
Wow.
So we were the go-to guys, and I genuinely enjoyed it. It wasn't like a chore where I had to go hide, like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. How can I help? You know, how can I highlight? I'm already signed. I'm already doing my thing.
Yeah.
But how can I help? Get this person signed or be a part of their tryout match. So that's what Trent and I would do.
Every time I think of Joey Mercury, I just have that vision of that ladder. Like his nose and his face was so disfigured. That's like the worst botch you could have, and that's not picking on him. Like literally, as like being a human being, that's the most painful botch you could ever have, right?
Yeah, and I remember being an extra. I was actually the next day. I was an extra for WWE. They were in the Northeast, and this was like. He had just had surgery and he was there backstage and he was talking to me, giving me advice. His face is fucked up and he's giving me advice and being so kind to me. I've always been a fan of Joey Mercury. So for him to just be so kind to me, I'll never forget that. That's why when he came back a second time with WWE, I wanted to be his tryout match and everything. So him and I were very close.
The Shield gives him a lot of. They give him a lot of credit for a lot of their ideas. Like they label him as the brain behind the Shield. Talking about the real architect, like he was the real architect of the Shield.
I truly believe it. So when he came down to FCW and needed a tryout match, I was like, Dr. Tom Pritchard, please let me do it. Please let me do it.
Yeah.
And Joey was down to do it with me. Yeah. I mean, he knew of me.
Sure.
But like he trusted me getting in the ring with him because I'm there for him to get his job back.
Yeah.
If I have a hiccup, then people might not invest in him.
Yeah.
Because it is what it is.
Right.
So I was putting my career on the line every time I wanted to do these trial matches. So, I can honestly say I think I helped him get signed.
Sure, man. And one of the last things I want to talk about is another upcoming match for SummerSlam, which I'm really excited about, is for the WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. I think that's gonna go down. I don't think it's been technically official yet, but that's where it's like leading right now because on SmackDown, Randy pinned Kofi 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, like for a tag match, and I think that's where it's heading. And I think it's really smart if that's the case because they have history like no other, and it's real history.
Scary history.
Yeah. I remember when Kofi got his first push like over 10 years ago, right? And it was he was supposed to have his Madison Square Garden moment where he threw paint on like Randy's new car, and they had the whole segment of him coming in. Randy was supposed to punt Roddy Piper. He was about to kick Roddy Piper in the head, but Kofi's music was a little late, so Randy kind of did this awkward like stop in the middle of him kicking Piper's head, waiting for Kofi's music, and then Kofi's music finally came out, and Kofi did his thing, had his moment. But to be honest, that moment felt a little forced to me. Like WWE made it like the way they announced it was like, oh my gosh, Kofi's Madison Square Garden moment, like forcing the fans to remember it that way, which was a little too forced. But the moment that everyone remembers is the stupid, right? So do you remember what was supposed to happen around that time?
I'd have to watch it back, but I don't know. But I do remember Randy flipping out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what. Oh, maybe he didn't feed up quick. Maybe he didn't feed up quick enough for the RKO.
Something like, I think he was supposed to stay down for the kick, for the punt, but then like he got up instead. So then Randy just did the RKO instead.
Again, that's something we would have to YouTube.
Yeah,
I think maybe after this we should YouTube it real quickly. I want to see it again.
Along those lines, where like it was supposed to be one finishing move, but Kofi messed up, so Randy did his other finishing move. And what's funny about that is, when Kofi won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, like, Randy Orton like commented and congratulated him, like, oh, well deserved, Kofi, blah blah blah. And then he hashtag stupid.
Oh, Randy did that? Oh, good.
Right?
Good.
So it's cool because he knows people remember, and like that's fun.
That's good. And again, people, Randy was young.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy's still young, but
he is.
He's an OG. He's happy at home. He's happy wrestling, doing what he's doing, and him and his wife are big fans of me. So I always talk about Randy all the time, about how he was so kind to me and opened his arms up to me when I came out. So I love Randy. I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of him and Triple H. I told that to Triple H. I can watch a Randy Orton Triple H match all day, every day. So I just enjoy it. So that'll be cool to see. And maybe they can B-roll that stuff back from.
That's what I was gonna say.
Why not? Why not B-roll that? And I'm excited to see. I hope Randy and Kofi.
Yeah, man. Again, if they do that montage of them in the past, it makes it more real and more like a long-term storyline.
And look at New Day now. Look at them. Fuck
man,
they're oozing in gold, oozing in machismo.
Remember yesterday when I showed you a picture that they posted of them when they first started, when it was supposed to be the new Nation of Domination, when they're like recruiting wrestlers,
when they're supposed to be angry black people. Because that's what people expect. My God. When you're darker, they want you to be aggressive. You know, and that's the reason to this day. I smile in awkward situations. I smile in general because Vince McMahon would always say, even as a good guy, come to the back. He'd be like this. He's like, you need to smile more. Let the people in. You're in the ring. You get a win. You're a baby face. You're like, you're a handsome young man. Just let the people in. Smile more. And from then on, man, I just like awkward situations.
Man.
Smile. Man. So it is what it is. So I take that advice and I run with it.
So quickly, like, we got SummerSlam. The two big main events are almost finalized. All Out, I think it's gonna be Jon Moxley against Kenny Omega, and it's gonna be such an interesting match because this is the first main event match that AEW kind of has a long storyline build up to, because Jon Moxley made his debut at Kenny Omega's expense by attacking him, and then the last pay-per-view Kenny Omega came out and attacked Jon Moxley, and I think the payoff is going to be really great, especially at an event like All Out in Chi-Town.
Who's going to show up next, man?
The voice of the voiceless, hopefully.
I say it all the time. I say that, I want to be the voice of the voices when it comes to the LGBTQ community or anyone that gets bullied into silence. So, maybe he's next. Who knows? Who knows? And then that's when, like, I think they've got enough arsenal. I think once they bring in CM Punk, I hope, and hopefully I or we can be there to witness it.
I watched Chris Van Vliet's interview with the Young Bucks, and Chris was asking him, like, what are the chances of, like, CM Punk doing AEW? And Matt was like saying, like, like, for someone to go back to wrestling they have to be mentally ready, because you can't just like, it's not just like an easy chill, like, oh, hop in, hop out. You have to be there,
I
you know?
agree.
So he's saying, I don't think CM Punk is ready for that, to be like, not, no pun intended, but like all in like wrestling. But, and I think Chris said something along the lines of, well, what if you create a situation where it's just like kind of somewhat part-time or something like that, you know? And like Matt's like, yeah, maybe. And then Chris is like, okay. He's like, I see what you're doing.
But there's probably only a handful of people that kind of know what's going on.
Sure, keep it tight.
I mean, it's gotta happen.
I hope so, man. Oh my God,
it's gotta happen.
As a fan, like, I want to see it happen so bad.
It's gotta happen. It's in Chicago. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect. I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to say.
We got, well, you know, to wrap it up, we got 2 big pay-per-views coming up for both WWE and AEW. How exciting is that now that we have 2 wrestling companies that we can talk about, right? Like,
yeah, it's a lot to talk about, and it's very exciting for us being wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Me being in it, you could easily fit in. You can easily fit in, not in the ring.
I'm a good mark.
Yeah.
I can easily fit in as a mark because I'm already that.
You are a respectable mark. I don't like using
you,
wrestling terms, but you are a respectable mark.
Thank you, bro.
If you weren't respectable, I wouldn't be sitting here next to you in your compound.
I've seen you interact with people who like get on your nerves when, you know.
Well, like who, Pedro? Because I'll say his name on camera. The owner of Headquarters Clothing. I can't enough. Sometimes he's too much for me, and you know you are a Pedro.
And then like I just love your reaction because you're just like their vape.
Yeah, my CBD vape.
Yeah.
My CBGs. No, I'm just joking. But tell me, how do I react?
You're just kind of like quiet, and you kind of just like shut down on the conversation.
Shut it down.
Yeah, like
you
mentally check out.
Mentally check out.
Yeah,
I beat my body up for too many years, man. You're not gonna disrespect me.
Yeah.
You're not. No. It's fake my ass, bitch. My elbow, my knees. It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Dumb asshole.
No hard feelings, Pedro.
I love you, Pedro.
Yeah, we all do.
You're not a dumb asshole. You're the mastermind of Headquarters Clothing.
Yes.
I love you very much.
Yes. So I think that's a great place to wrap it up.
What a busy
episode.
morning. I've got cotton mouth. I feel like throwing up. I still feel like throwing up. I'm so happy we crossed the finish line with Brave Change and Pro and Bro Wrestling. I feel like I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, take a nap.
I can't take a nap. I'm on a family vacation as we speak, so we're going to go bounce around.
For sure. Well, as always, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and hit up the thumbs up and leave a comment on the description box down below. And if you're listening to iTunes, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you are hearing, and leave us a review so we can know what we can do differently.
What an outstanding episode. More to come. This therapy session is a wrap, man.
It's a wrap, y'all.
You're the reason why I'm still here.
You're
the reason why I'm still here. Don't count me out, man.
Never, man.
Don't count me out. Last week's episode was emotional. Just so many things more to come with Pro and Bro Wrestling.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Hey, it's time to take it. Like the old timers say, it's time to take it home. Okay, so block the hate, salute the great.
And cut.